Hi guys, this is Kurt Fletmeyer here with your new SAT Math, and the new SAT has a non-calculator section on it, so you have to prepare for that section. I have seen students really that are calculator dependent. If you multiply 3 times 9 and you have to use your calculator to do it, you have a serious problem, I'm here to tell you. So first of all, review the multiplication tables, okay? Now, for example, do you remember this? Does it look familiar? Grade school? Yeah, I know it's old stuff, but don't be embarrassed. If you 8 times 7, 42, right? 9 times 7, 63. You should be able to, boom, just do it just like that, just like me. Not like I'm not, believe me guys, I'm not that intelligent. I'm really not. But you need to be able to have those numbers in your head to do the non-calculator section. Then you'll be good at it. That's the idea. Okay, so go back to the problem. Here's our problem. Okay, we got 3/8 x equals y equals 7z squared. Okay, and if x and z are positive whole numbers and the following two relationships apply, then what would be the least possible value for x? Okay, they give you 4 choices here. Now, the first thing you got to do on this problem, think, what can you do? Okay. You look at this problem and you think, well, let's see. X has to be divisible by 8, right? Yeah. What does that mean? Look at this. Eliminate 78. 78's not divisible by 8. Doesn't work. Get rid of it. Okay, back to the problem. Now you've only got 3 possible answer choices. And you know that you cannot solve this thing mathematically because why? You've got 2 variables, x and z, 1 equation, not going to work. You've got to back solve. Okay, how do you do it? Well, 78 is out. It's the least possible value of x, so you might as well try the smallest number. Let's see, we got 56. Does 56 work? Well, let's see. You got, here, we'll try 56. What do you got? Let's see, we got 3/8. Yeah, okay. Times 56, right? Equals y? Okay, what is that? Well, let's see. Again, multiplication tables, right? 56 divided by 8. 7, right? Multiplication tables. 3 times 7, 21. See, you got to be able to know that, just like that, okay? That's 21. Okay, well, if 21 equals 7 times z squared, wait a minute. 7 times 3 is 21. Z squared is 3. It doesn't work. Can't do it. Okay, that's out. Let's see. Let's go back to the problem. Let's go to 168. Let's try that. 168. Okay. 3/8. I'll just do it right under here. 3/8 times 168. Okay. Well, okay. 8 goes into 168. You should be able to do that in your head. 21, 2 times 16, 8, 21. Okay, so 168 over 8, 21. 3 times 21, again, multiplication tables, 63. Should work, right? Okay, 63. Well, okay, if x equals 63, look at this, 63 equals 7z squared. 7z squared, 7 times 9, 63. See, multiplication tables. 7 times 9 is 63. 9 is 3 squared. So there you go. It works. 168 works. You got it. Another complicated problem. Oh boy. Let's see, what do we got? The Grand Elk Railway in Michigan owns a 270-mile rail line running from Hell, Michigan in the north to Paradise, Michigan in the south. I'm from Michigan, and I got to tell you, these are 2 real places. I wrote this problem. It's 2 real places, okay? And what do we got? We got at 8:15 a.m., a freight train leaves Paradise headed north at 40 miles an hour. So far, so good. At 9 a.m., a passenger train pulls out of Hell, headed south at 60 miles per hour on the same line of track. At the point where they meet, one of the trains will have to be diverted to make room for the other one to pass. But where will they meet and when? Does this look pretty easy or pretty hard? I don't know, it's not too easy, right? Remember, you've only got, by the way, on this section of the test, only about 1 minute per problem. You've got to solve this thing in a minute. You got to get cracking at this thing pretty fast. Well, let's see. What do you do when you've got a complicated problem like this? First of all, the first thing you do, make it less complicated, okay? That's the first thing. How can we do that with this problem? Well, what's the problem here? The difficult part is that they both start at different times. That's not good, right? How can you make it less complicated? Make it a different problem. Make them start at the same time. That's cool. We can do that. Here you go. Let's see. 45 minutes. From 8:15 till 9 o'clock is 45 minutes, right? Okay. He's traveling at 40 miles an hour. 3/4 of an hour at 40 miles an hour, he's going to cover how much? Well, what's 3/4 of 40? It's 30, right? Okay. He's going to cover 30 miles in that 3/4 hour time. That means that now instead of 270 miles between them, at 9 o'clock, they start at the same time with 240 miles between them, okay? That's a lot easier problem. So now let's look, here we go. Now it's at 9 o'clock, 40 miles per hour and 60 miles per hour, they're coming toward each other. 9 o'clock, 240 miles between. By the way, you could do this as a proportion, 6 and 4. You could do it that way. That would be a really fast way to do it. Another way to do it is think of closing speed. What's the closing speed? Well, that's easy. The closing speed is, let's see what he got, 60 plus 40, 100 miles per hour. That's easy, okay. So what are you gonna have with the closing speed? They're 240 miles apart. They're closing at 100 miles per hour. They'll meet in 2.4 hours. 2.4 hours, not from 8:15, 2.4 hours from 9 o'clock. That's going to be, let's see, that's 11:24. 0.4 hours is 24 minutes, right? 4/10 of an hour, 24 minutes. How do I get that in my head? Well, 60 minutes, 1/10 is 6, 4 times 6, 24, right? Again, remember, try to think in your head, try to think quickly on the non-calculator section. Get in the habit of doing that. You can get good at this, you really can. Okay, so they're going to meet 2.4 hours from now. We know that at 11:24. But where are they going to meet? That's a problem. Let's see. You could go, let's see, they're going to go, the guy 60, he's covering 120 miles in 2 hours, right? Use the guy who's going 60 because it's easy to convert time to distance if he's going 60 miles an hour. That's easy. Okay. Always go for the easy way. 120 miles plus 4/10 of 60 and the other 0.4 hours is 24 miles. Okay. So where is he going to meet? Well, let's see. What do we got? 4/10 of 60 is 24. 120 plus 24 is 144 miles south of hell. That's where they're going to meet. And what time are they going to meet? 11:24. There you go. That's your answer. You've got where and when. You were asked 2 questions with this problem. So there's your answer. Now that was actually pretty fast. Again, you know, you're going to work it faster when you're actually doing it on the test. But the thing to remember is try to work these things out. Try to make a complicated problem less complicated. That's the trick, okay? Try to, remember the SAT test is a cleverness test. It's not just a math test. Math you learn how to do in school. They want to see if you're a clever thinker. That's what you got to learn for the SAT. Okay, so to go back to the problem, there you go. What's the answer? They took 2.4 hours to meet. They met at 11:24 a.m. And it was 144 miles south of hell. That's where they met. That's where they have to divert the 2 trains. So there's the 2 answers. This is a grid-in problem. There's no A, B, C, D under this. That's also going to be on the test like that too. You'll have some problems like that where you just have to grid in the answer. That's what you got here. So I'll see you next time in the next video. And keep studying that SAT. Learn those multiplication tables. Learn how to do this stuff in your head. See you next time. Bye-bye.